Welcome back to the table. Our guest today is wife, mother, and very busy businesswoman, Dreka Gates. I want to talk about that farm to table life. You are literally on a farm, moved from Cali a few years ago back to a farm in Mississippi. Why?
Oh my gosh, I had this vision, me and my visions. I had this download and it was like, go to the farm. We've already had the farm for like a couple of years. So,
okay.
Yeah.
But it also takes you back to your grandmother, your great grandmother's roots,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Being
yes,
in
yes.
Mississippi.
I've had a lot of full circle moments there. So it brought me back to during my childhood, I would go and spend summers on my grandmother's property in Mississippi.
So moving like this was not unfamiliar. You know how to handle a goat.
Well, I didn't learn that in my childhood, but I know how to handle them now. Yes.
Got it. So what is that like for you? I mean, this is full. I mean, we see everything out here, and and blueberries.
Yes. I absolutely love it. That this is where I get to ground out. This is where I get to recharge. This is where I get to really just like, this is my sanctuary.
Yeah. And what is it like for your children?
Oh my gosh, they absolutely love it. They get to go outside and run around. I don't have to worry about, them running off or somebody snatched them up.
Yeah, who's in the backyard?
Exactly.
Who's looking at your house?
None of that.
Yeah. And for Kevin, what's that like? Because I know this is a different lifestyle for him as well.
It's very different. It's very different, but he feels the same way. This is like a place for him. For him is where he gets to recharge and like kind of disconnect and
after
reconnect
touring
with himself.
And busy and all that, and all that movement to come and be grounded. I like how you put that in Mississippi. So let's talk about sort of the business ventures that have come from this lifestyle that you're enjoying.
Yes. So I started up at the January 2021. I launched my wellness line named Dreka. Yes. I've always been into health and wellness. I went to school to be a doctor, but dropped out. So COVID actually gave me the opportunity to get back into that.
Yeah. So. And COVID was such a learning lesson for so many of us, right? Having to just sort of stay put.
Yes.
Was part of that just that time and that space? Like, what am I going to do now and how?
Exactly. I mean, we weren't touring, so it actually gave me the opportunity to finally like really get everything together, because I've been working on my formulas prior to then, but I was always on the road, always working, and never had the time for it. So COVID was really like a blessing for me.
And I understand there was a really personal health experience that was very traumatic for you that also kind of committed you to looking at wellness alternatives. Let's talk about that.
Yes, like a holistic way of living. So when I was 20, I was like 135 pounds, had size 34G breast, and I actually went to have a breast reduction. And during that surgery, it was supposed to be outpatient, but it wasn't. I ended up having to stay a couple of days in the hospital because the doctor accidentally punctured my lung.
The lung. Oh my goodness, we hear about that happening.
Yes, and it literally that changed my life. I said after that I would never step foot again in a doctor's office or a hospital.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, so obviously that takes some work, just even in terms of our overall wellness and maintenance.
Yes.
What did you start doing differently?
More so preventative things. My everyday life is built on health and wellness. Like what I put into my body, what am I putting into my mental, how am I, just like everything, mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah. Garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly.
Good stuff in, good stuff out.
Exactly.
Is the bottom line there.
Yes.
And for your children, what do you think they're learning from this process of having to go pick the food and then you cooking it and we're eating it?
Oh my gosh. I mean, my children have actually flourished being on the farm. Like they really, truly understand what clean eating is. They understand what not so clean eating is. So it's been very, very, very good for them.
And I understand you're homeschooling as well, right?
Yes.
With some help, right? Because that's how some of us, that's how we have to do that, right?
Yes. Because of our schedules and our lifestyle, homeschooling was like the best choice for them. So wherever the kids are, the teacher's there with us.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a great experience and opportunity. So what's next? What do you hope to do? Because you've got a whole line of products and a whole lot going on already.
Yes.
What's next?
I mean, my goal is to expand this line, because at the end of the day, this is like my opportunity to share all of my tips and tricks and tools that I've learned on my journey. So I'm just going to keep adding to the...
Planning to expand then, it sounds like.
Of course.
What else? Like, we Always lay out these sort of 5-year, 10-year plans, especially as we start to, get some checks of things done, right? So you've got the marriage, you've got the kids, you've got the farm.
Yes.
Where do you see yourself maybe even just 10 years from now? And is it ever maybe even like going back to school?
Okay, so I have done some schooling. Recently, 2023, I received my certification as a birth doula.
Oh, wow.
Yes, so like birthing, the whole just act of birthing is something that I'm super passionate about.
Have you been a part of the birthing process from an active standpoint? Are you still observing, learning?
Oh, no, I actually have my sister-in-law. I was actually her birth doula for her last pregnancy, and it was such a beautiful experience. Like, it was amazing.
So I'm curious, when you were in college and in your pre-med programs, did you envision being an OBGYN?
No, I actually wanted to work with kids, a pediatrician. But like, as I've grown and developed, it's like, I love bringing in life. I love bringing life to things. Like, that is like, That makes sense. I see the thread there, bringing life from the farm, kids, and then bringing babies into the world. My goodness. Yes.
Whew, so many good lessons. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So, folks, I want you to keep it right here. We're going to have more life lessons with boss lady Dreka Gates after the break.